Hello everyone. Shidaki. How are you? Oh. Hello pawb. Shidaki. Wedi blino. Just feeling a bit tired, you know. Sorry, that's just my attempt at Welsh. Yeah, I just thought I'd do another little video, really, just because I'm in the mood. It's funny, I'm suddenly got in the mood to do loads of videos. So I just thought I'd do them while the mood is there. Yeah, in this video, again, I just wanted to talk about a few things, really. First of all, I wanted to talk about something which is causing me a little bit of anxiety at the moment, and that is the possibility that Twitter, or X, I still call it Twitter though, might be banned in the UK. There's been talk that it might be banned, and people have been signing a petition and stuff because of all the security issues and way it's being used by sort of far right groups and pornography and all that sort of stuff. And as someone who is often on X or Twitter, I'm just going to call it Twitter because I just still call it Twitter, that is quite anxiety provoking. Because it is the main place I go to get my social interaction because I'm housebound. I use Twitter as a place to feel connected with other people, and it makes me feel less lonely, it makes me feel connected. It's the one social media platform I go on there far more than I go on Facebook. I don't go on Facebook I go on Facebook a bit, but I don't go on Facebook to really connect with people, because on Facebook you don't get that instant click like you get on Twitter, and people hardly respond to my posts on Facebook anyway when I just write on my wall. So it just feels like I'm just typing into the void on Facebook, and you don't get that kind of I don't know, it doesn't feel to be that kind of connection you get on Facebook that you get on Twitter. And I do have a account on Blue Sky. But I don't really go on Blue Sky that much. I'm trying to go on it a little bit more because I feel that if they're going to shut down Twitter, then I want to kind of have already got used to Blue Sky, so I've got somewhere else to be at home, as it were. But Blue Sky is just not the same as Twitter. People hardly ever respond to your posts. It feels really very quiet on there. I don't know, maybe it's just I haven't really got much engagement yet on Blue Sky, but I always feel like no one's really responding, and it just feels like quite a lonely place on Blue Sky, whereas on Twitter you always feel like people... Twitter just feels more interactive. And when you respond to posts on Twitter, you just get more instant engagement, and I guess that gives you that sort of dopamine hit and that feeling of connection. Even though it's obviously I know some people say, oh, it's not real connection, but they tend to be ableists who are lucky enough to be able to go out and socialise and stuff, and they don't understand the disabled experience of being housebound, and where these social media platforms literally, they might not be exactly the same as real face-to-face connection, but they do simulate it, and they do give that sense of being connected, which is really important for emotional well-being and mental health. When you're stuck at home, that's literally all you have. And people who are able to go out and socialise in real time don't know how lucky they are. And particularly for autistic and chronically online people, that's me, chronically online, virtual space is literally a space you go to feel connected with other people. Because you don't have anywhere else to go to be connected with other people. It's literally the only place you have. I guess before we had the internet, if I was housebound before the internet, I'd probably be constantly tuned into the radio or something to get that same social connection. But although the radio isn't the same as internet because it's not kind of interactive. Obviously, that is one of the benefits of the internet, is that it is interactive. You really can interact with other people. It has its pros and cons, obviously, and there are massive downsides to it as well. As everything, it comes with its pros and cons. Social media has its pros and cons. It can raise anxiety. I don't know if I'd be so... Maybe it's impossible to know. Say before social media and we had this pandemic, would it have triggered my anxiety to the same extent? Because obviously with social media, you're constantly being exposed to other people talking about the pandemic and stuff. And that can also, if you have OCD and anxiety, sometimes that can kind of make the OCD worse. But then again, But again, I don't know, because I think my OCD would have got worse anyway, regardless, because like it just would. I think it would have done anyway. Anyway, it's impossible to say. But all I'm saying is, it obviously does have its pros and cons. But um, but the fact is that when you're housebound, social media is the only place you have to socialise. There is nowhere else. You can't go out to socialise. Social media is literally all you have. And it gives you that sense of social connection, which is so important for mental well-being, because we are social creatures, aren't we? Like, we do need social connection. Even if you're autistic as I am and I'm a hermit, I still need social connection. I might just get it in atypical ways, but you know, social media is basically a form of social connection. And often, if you're autistic or have like mental health problems, that's often the only social connection you can manage. You might not have the energy to kind of interact with people, say face to face. Even virtually can be too much sometimes. Doing it face to face, like on Zoom, can even be too much sometimes. So social media is a form of interaction. It is. And there are lots of people who don't experience mental problems or autism or things like that, who like go on about it not being real connection, or that it's replacing real connection, and they talk about it like in really negative terms. And these people, and a lot of them don't realise how ableist they're being, and also it's coming from a place of privilege, because like they're lucky enough to be able to socialise in other ways, but lots of people don't have that privilege. For chronically online people, that makes me laugh at that, but it is true, chronically online. I'm chronically online, you know. Social media is the only place you have. So this talk of shutting down Twitter is really, really anxiety provoking for someone who is really at home on Twitter and who uses Twitter all the time. It's like my safe space. I mean, yeah, Twitter can cause anxiety as well. It can cause anxiety, but it is, in the main, my safe space. And also it helps me feel less alone, because like you hear other people who have mental problems talking about their experiences. It can make you feel connected and less alone, and part of a community. Even though you might not have ever have met these people in real life, that doesn't matter. You still have this sense of connection. And I just don't get that from Blue Sky. I mean, I don't know if they ban Twitter, will maybe Blue Sky will take off in a bigger way and it will become more interactive because all the people will be moving from Twitter or something. I don't know, but I just don't get the same from Blue Sky, and I just feel that banning Twitter is not the way forward. Like, it seems really, really totalitarian and fascist, actually, quite frankly. Like, you don't deal with fascism by banning something. It never works. Anyway, they'll just go underground anyway, and they'll just move ship. They'll carry on. It will carry on. That's not the way of dealing with fascism. You can't deal with fascism by banning. To me, it's just really totalitarian and dictatorial, and I suppose Keir Starmer is quite a Stalinist anyway, so I suppose it's not really surprising he would try and do something like that. And anyway, people will still find a way, won't they? They will try and access Twitter, through other means. Like, people will hack into Twitter still. People will do it. I might have to start looking at ways of hacking into Twitter if they ban it, because I hate being... Oh God, nothing makes me angry more than being banned from doing something when I feel there's no real reason for it. It just really, really irritates me. I just don't think it's the way forward at all. And I also do think it's really ableist because and hurtful to people who are chronically online and who use Twitter for social interaction and stuff. But again, it just shows the complete contempt for disabled people and their experiences. Like, they don't even give a shit about disabled people who might rely on Twitter for social interaction. And where are they going to go? Like I said, Blue Sky, it's not the same. But I guess my experience. Let me know what you think about... I mean, they haven't banned Twitter, and this may not happen, because I bet there'll be a lot of opposition. Because, we're not China, for crying out loud. Censorship just never works. I don't think it's right for government to ban social media platforms, however hateful and corrupt a media platform might be, I just don't think it's right for government to ban it unless you're like in a Stalinist regime or like some dictatorship, which I presume we're not. I just don't think it's the way forward, and it makes me really angry and pissed off, quite frankly. So that's what I wanted to say in this video, so let me know what you think. And if they do ban Twitter, how we deal with it. Will you try and hack into Twitter? Because I probably will, because it'll make me so pissed off. I'll be looking for ways to hack into Twitter. Defy the fascists! You know what I mean? I can't stand fascism. God, it makes me angry. Just being told that you can't use something, that's not the place of government. Anyway, yeah, God, it makes me pissed off. There are ways. I know they tried to ban it in other places, haven't they? Like, was it in Brazil? The government tried to ban it. Yeah. But it's not what you do in a so-called free society, it's just not. Anyway, so far they haven't banned it, so we don't need to look into hacking into Twitter yet, because we can still access it. Okay, maybe go to video number 2 now.